a grain of wheat. This was going to be my first film ever that paid me about 15,000.
I loved watching films. I loved trying to imitate what I watched.
I just started to sort of want to deviate or stray away from just playing that one character all the time.
As long as it's a good storyline and you see actors acting for their lives, even sometimes without enough food, appreciate them.
I have a bachelor's in accounting and also a master's in marketing, and they're like, okay, all that schooling for acting.
When I was young, I was rascally.
So the moment they called action, we were like, just give me pa! Because I could not play the role very well.
When the director would want me to cry and shed tears, naturally it's difficult for me. I had to beg my father to teach me how to cry.
Alhaji. Ṣé o mọ Alhaji délédélé ni? Irú iṣẹ́ wo l'Alhaji ń ṣe?
I must tell you, I don't know.
Oh, no.
No.
I want to ask you a question. Is your name really Dara?
That. Idera. Gangan lorúkọ mi. For packages, Idera.
Idera. Ah. Very Ibile-ish. But I prefer Dara. I'm still gonna call you Dara.
My full names, but just know my name is Adunni Ade. My father is from Lagos State, Badagry to be precise. So yes, I am a Lagosian. So my mom is she's German and Irish, and she was born in America. I was born in America as well. She was born in Kentucky, but I was born in Queens, New York. I was there as a child, and then when she met my dad, you know, one thing, we came to Lagos, and somehow I was here throughout that time, throughout my primary school and secondary school, and afterwards I went back to America. I'm the first child on both sides. I think I have about 14 or 15 younger ones that I know of. My hobbies? Staying to myself, minding my business. Do I have any hobbies? I just like my peace and quiet. You know, I like to have a time, not a whole lot of time, but just a few moments just to, you know, clear my head and just be by myself. I like shopping. I like eating good food. So my primary school was at Chrisland in Okwebi, and my secondary schooling was at the Bells Comprehensive Secondary School in Songo, Ota. My university was at the University of Kentucky in Lexington, Kentucky, where I studied accounting. Well, I'm a Gemini, so it depends. So a Gemini, you never know what you're gonna get. For the most times, I'm a very quiet person. I like to stay to myself. I don't like, you know, too many people around me. But then sometimes the friendly side comes out where, you know, I just want to be friendly with everyone. And then there's sometimes, you know, when my boundaries are being crossed by others, you know, you got to pop off once in a while. No, I'm kidding. But for the most part, I was a quiet kid.
Dara, is there any truth to what he just said?
So as a kid, I have never wanted to be anything else but an entertainer. So my stepmom is a fashion designer, or was a fashion designer back in the days. And she had this big show glass in Okwebi, and I would literally tell her to doll me up, put little red lipstick, little blush, those pink blush on, you know, mascara, the little eye pencil, and I'll just stand in the show glass and I'll just pose like a mannequin, and I'll be there for a very long time. Well, my mom, she doesn't care. Whatever makes you happy, Adunni, is what, you know, she'll go for. My dad, He's also a very calm man. He just believes, you know, you do what makes you happy, but as long as you're doing the right thing, he's cool with it. So they were fine. The first film I featured in was a movie produced by Said Balogun, You or I. I believe he shot the movie in various countries around the world, but I had to fly in from the US to come film my bit in Lagos. He didn't immediately release the movie. I think a year or two later was when he released it. When I moved away from Kentucky to Maryland, I relocated there. Someone had, you know, advised me, oh, Adunni, you know, maybe try putting out content on YouTube. This was years ago, about 10, 11 years ago, that I should put on, you know, content on YouTube. And that's how I started. So I started skits many years ago. Treasured achievement? Do I have any? I'm still working. Maybe the fact that I was able to produce my own movie, Soole. That would be something I never saw coming.
What am I supposed to do with this? Just add it to your money and buy something for the children for Christmas.
Yeah, don't vex me now. I'll hand you over to these robbers. Eh?
Why do you talk? You not go to stop.
I'm not going to stop here.
No, you pump woman. 1, 2. You can't. Hey! Everything's pay, everything. Oh, you're not supposed to.
Sister, this is wrong.
Fact without works is what? Dead.
You know, once you step into something you've never done before, once you achieve it, it's the beginning of another chapter. So yes, I would love to produce more, but I want to see how far Soole will go first. So Soole, you know, there are different interpretations to Soole, but mine is one chance. So you know how some folks get into one chance buses leading out of their state. I wouldn't say Lagos, because Lagos is not the only state in Nigeria. So you're getting into unmarked cars or buses that you know will charge you cheaper than what the normal buses will charge you. And you get in there, and half of the time, you know, they either get robbed, kidnapped, killed, whatever it is. So I took something that we're facing in Nigeria and tackled it, and you know, the stories are actually true events, though it's a fictional movie, but the stories are very relatable with what is going on in the country right now. About 90 or 95% of the movie happens on a bus. So imagine the technicality. Filming on a bus with an ARRI, with black magic, trying to get different angles and different shots at the same time with tons of people on the bus, different emotions, reactions, and all of that. So it was really technical, but I have the best. I had the best, and I still have the best team. I had Kayode Kasum direct the movie, and Kayode is just phenomenal. This was also a challenging job for him, and he wanted to take it on because he wanted to see how far he could go, you know, with the story, and, you know, being able to bring the story to life. And, you know, from what I have seen and from what people have seen, yeah, it's going to be a hit.
Now pray, we go pray. Say make this bus may carry us safely reach our destination.
I say this all the time, and my answer to this question will never change. And that's for anyone in any industry, regardless of you wanting to be an actor, a doctor, a nurse, whatever the case may be. Make sure you're doing it for you. Make sure you have that interest in wanting to do what you want to do. Make sure that you don't compromise your feelings, your own standards to fit someone else's lifestyle. That's the only best way. You can't say because your mentor is this, you have to do that to fit, you know, to make them feel good about themselves. You're gonna get hurt in the end. And make sure you're dedicated, make sure you are focused, because it is very easy to get distracted and falling off the wagon. And just stay prayed up. Don't give up. The sky, they say, is just the starting point.